Welcome to the Legged Podcast. As you all know by now, the Legged Podcast is powered by Modric. Make sure you head over to modric.com and take advantage of the 15% off they offer if you type in Legged at checkout. Modric have been the main sponsor of the podcast for a while now, and their gear is a belter. So head over to the website now and take full advantage of the Legged promo code. So before this episode starts, if you do enjoy the Legged Podcast and you do want to support us for just £1 a week, you can on Patreon. And with doing so, you get early access to all our episodes and an extra weekly episode of me and Jordan just chewing the fat. Thanks for the support. Nice one. What's happening, everyone? It's the SPORTCAST. It's me, Andy Grant.
It's me, Jordan Neal.
Happy Friday, everyone. Hopefully, well, I'm guessing some people listening will be on their way to Paris. Safe trip.
Oh yeah, it's not a bad little hors d'oeuvre for your trip, is it, this?
Yeah, people in the airport are maybe listening to or on the flight. So, yeah, safe travels. Big shout out again, Monterex. Jordan, for those who are not watching on YouTube, is Monterexed up.
Always.
I'm not, but...
What have you got on there? Mundo Clothing? Carl Smith?
No, it's not him.
Huh?
No, just another clothing brand.
Sorry for the owner of Mundo. You can see where I'm coming from now.
Yeah.
Nice top, though.
Yeah, no, so Monterex, 15% off if you type in Legged at checkout, and then you've got Ver, 20% off them. Loads of people have been using the Legged 20
for Ver?
For 20% off Ver, yeah.
Vergy is boss.
So it is a belter, yeah.
Ver's quarter zip is my absolute go-to.
Yeah. I loved all of it, lad. It's a belter. They're bringing out some shorts as well.
Good quality gear Ver.
For the summer. So that's Legged 20 off Ver, and then obviously Health Kit Kitchen for all your scran desires.
Oof.
So no football. Well, it is football, just a small matter of the Champions League final, but no Premier League football. That comes to an end.
Dunsky.
On our Patreon, I said that I had a dodgy stomach the next day. Thought I drank a dodgy pint as I was having a wildies all day. But after speaking to you and a few other people, I just think it was the nerves.
What's that? Emotional dump. Have you ever seen when Paddy the Baddie spews up in the ring in the Cockton? Called an adrenaline dump, I reckon that's what you had.
I was on the bog all day.
You look happier today.
I went to Paris tonight.
True.
Yeah, so obviously, let's just start on the obviously the title decider, Man City,
Man
Liverpool.
City. You won.
You know what?
You ever seen that? Sorry, you seen that come down with me where the fella says that? Wow, what a sad little life. Have you seen that?
No.
Person he hates in the thing wins in his living room, and as he reads out to the thing, he's like, wow, what a sad little life you have. That's what I feel towards City.
Oh, it was you know, rather than kind of go, well, if Salah had scored that pen against Leicester, or if, you know, we'd scored against Tottenham, or whether that handball against Everton City, I've stopped thinking about that and just thought, we didn't beat City.
Just make peace with it, yeah.
Just make peace with it. If we beat City, we would have won the league, and we didn't. We drew with them twice.
That's what it comes down to. I think, it's you can't look back and go, oh, if this, if that.
Because there'll be times where we've been lucky, we've rolled our luck.
You finish where you deserve to finish in a 38-game season. Just take it on the chin. We lost, we come second. But at the end of the day...
Oh, they weren't taking on the chin, lad. It was the ultimate...
Oh, yeah, it was like...
Body...
fucking... Look what you could have had.
Oh, my God. But it was dangled in 9 minutes, was it?
Oh, it's horrible, wasn't it?
What did he score in the 77th minute or something?
The third one?
No, the first.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was 9 minutes, wasn't it?
So we're like 13 minutes away we were.
It's just a taste of our own medicine, though. How many times have we done that to people? You know, like come back from the dead bar and that. It's horrible, isn't it, being on the other side?
Lad, it was sickening.
But
you got to say, fair play for Pep. He made those substitutions.
Yeah. They've had a good, they've been brilliant in the Premier League, mate. I know we all have rivalry and we all skip Pep and that, but they have been brilliant. Just got to hold your hands up sometimes. I'd rather win the Champions League anyway, told you that.
I know, but again, I would have just rather City being 4-0 up after 10 minutes. And
then
I could have went, you know what, sounds, we give it a good go, whatever. Yeah. The fact that I'm having a pint at half time,
it's happening.
It's 1-1. You know we're going to score when we're hitting the cop. And you're thinking, fucking hell, they need to score 2. Yeah. Shit, now they need to score 3. Yeah. Oh my God. That was hard to take.
Horrible. My mate Willow's a blue text me saying when Coutinho scored that, what a goal, by the way. And Coutinho scored that, he texted me saying it's on news now, there's no way they're coming back after 3. Do you know what though, in my head I was like, they're not, they won't, but it's just footy, innit? Nothing could
3 goals though, lad. I can understand maybe 2, but 3 in 6 minutes.
We've done it though, remember Istanbul?
I know.
Might need to do it again this weekend.
I know.
I'm really nervous, actually.
Do you think there's going to be much of a hangover from
100%.
the disappointment of the league?
100%. Lad, because as much as you come out and, like Liverpool always say, don't they? Where it's one game at a time, it's all this. There's no way you can't not think about what happened last weekend. You wouldn't be human. Do you know what I mean?
I think the manner of it is what...
Yeah.
Obviously, last time we won the Champions League, we got beat on the final day of the season, but it was kind of never going to happen.
It was all about the Champions League.
Whereas that was a game where it very nearly did happen.
Yeah. You can be as fit physically as you want, but when you get like the emotions dragged out of you like that, doesn't matter who you are or how good at football you are, it's going to affect you. But then again, I don't think Madrid are that good. I just think they're on a roll in the Champions League, like we've said for a couple of months now, where I do have this feeling that sometimes it's just written for you a little bit, like the Benzema thing and coming back all the time and all that stuff. But in a neutral game, us versus them, we are a better team than Real Madrid, no doubt about that.
The thing that's bothering me is obviously no Thiago. It doesn't look like Klopp's coming out saying he might play, but
no, if he plays, he's going to be injured, isn't he?
I think it's either going to start him for a half, play him for the first half, or bring him on for the last 20.
I think I'd bring him on. I think I'd try and get to being able to win the game, because if, for example, if you look at where we're going to be at, if we are still in the game and it gets to 60 minutes and we can bring someone like Thiago on, it's such a boost, isn't it? Even like watching the game, the crowd, oh, we can go and win this now. Because he's been that influential for us this year. Even like last week, the flick for the goal is just stupid.
I think it'll come down to their left-hand side, our right-hand side. Trent, whoever partners him, whether it's Kanate or Matip, and that Vinicius Junior, because he's on fire.
I'd play Matip, me.
I'd play Matip as well. But
I'd go back to the original front three.
With Bobby?
I'd play, because I would put Sadio that side, just because you know he's going that way as well. And then again, just going off the back of, when they click, they're as good as anyone. But I'm thinking more like, if, for example, if we've got a bench of Jota, Diaz, Thiago, and we're in the game, and you've got them options.
It'd be great to bring 3 of them on.
And I love Bobby, but I think he's a player that starts or doesn't play. Do you know what I mean?
He's not much of an impact player,
no,
is he?
But then if we stay tight and he has a great game up to 60 and go, right, get Jota on, get Diaz on, go and win the game now. Do you know what I mean? I think it's hard not to think emotional in these games, isn't it? It's hard not to go, right, we're going for it, that's it.
Yeah, it would be nice to bring on a double substitution of Diaz and Thiago.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Just to boost the players.
Yeah.
If you're Henderson, someone who's played, I'm not even getting into this conversation, but who's played 60 odd games this year, and then you're like, it's the last half an hour of your season, you're fucked.
Why ain't you getting into it?
Because you know what happened to us last time. Actually playing 60 plus games. To see them come on, it's almost like, right, come on, we've got half an hour here to win the Champions League. Yeah,
I'll be honest, weirdly, when I've been into the 2 cup finals this year, I've went into it loads of confidence. Even when we've played City, I've thought, we're going to swat these. This is probably the only game in the season I'm thinking,
I'm worried.
It's going to be hard, this.
Yeah, I'm worried. No, I wouldn't say worried. I think it's a Champions League final, isn't it? You can go either way, but I think just the momentum they've built in this sort of period. They won like that game against Man City. You almost start believing it, don't you? As if look what we've come back from, and that's what worries me. Vinicius worries me against Trent, but I've probably been harsh on Trent defending. He's actually defended really well for the last couple of months.
Oh, so, I'm not kind of knocking Trent in that sense. I'm just saying that Vinicius is on fire.
Yeah, and he's rapid though.
Yeah, proper rapid though.
Someone's just got to nail Modric. Take a red.
No, what used to be fucking was dead funny, mate, when Real Madrid won and Modric was celebrating, and it was like there was like a Twitter thing saying, God, can't believe the age of him, like, God, he's still going. And then someone said, fucking hell, like, he's a 39-year-old athlete, he's not fucking Judi Dench.
Yeah, literally.
Judi Dench.
Mate, but he is getting better.
Yeah.
I remember watching Modric so it must have been at Anfield. I reckon this is it's before Madrid, obviously, for Tottenham, 2008 or something. I remember watching thinking, oh my God, he is incredible. And then gone to Madrid, I don't even know how many trophies he's won, but still now it shows you like that age thing. I know Liverpool are big on it, but it's a myth now.
Yeah.
They look after themselves in a different way. He's still, for me, the top 3 midfielders on the planet.
I wouldn't go that far.
Centre mid. He is, who's better than him?
Fabinho, Thiago.
Fabinho is not better than Luka Modric.
He is.
He's not, lad.
They do different roles, but yeah, he is.
But if you sit down and go, right, and build the midfield, and in that place you can have Fabinho, I love Fabinho, by the way. Check me old tweets. You would not pick him over Luka Modric.
I would.
You wouldn't, lad.
He's the lighthouse.
I know he is for Liverpool, but I'm just saying player for player. There's not 3 better midfielders on the planet than Luka Modric.
Agree to disagree.
Thiago runs him close, but that's about it.
Agree to disagree, lad.
Do you really don't think he's that good?
I think he's brilliant, yeah. I think he's brilliant, but you need to pick a side you're going on. You've beat this drum of La Liga's not that great.
Oh, no, I don't
so
think...
yeah, Modric has been running the show for Madrid.
He's done it in the Prem as well. He's done it on the international stage, he's done it.
I'm not listening, lad, he's great, but I wouldn't...
I know what you're doing, you're trying to just dampen him so he has a shit game against the...
I've heard he listens to this loads, lad.
Him and Vinicius. If Modric gets a hold of the game, I think we're in trouble.
Away from Champions League for a minute, we are going to touch more upon this on the betting show, which is on Patreon, but back to the Prem for a minute. Obviously, the bottom 3 got sorted. I actually fancied Leeds to stay up, you know.
Yeah.
And I was actually glad that I know they both got rid of the managers, but I was really glad that Burnley went down.
I was after what he did.
After what he done to Sean Dyche.
I hope they free fall now. Deserve it. Yeah,
I was actually weirdly more happy than I thought to be when Leeds stayed up.
If you get, Leeds is sound, but it's like, if Sean Dyche takes you so far, they were in the Europa League a couple of years ago. So Roy Keane summed it up perfectly, and Roy Keane's someone I'm really, really, really starting to agree with all the time.
I love him.
I do love his, but I used to think he was playing a character a little bit. But like when they did the thing at the Etihad, and he was just like, I've got no sympathy for them. Like, you've got a proven Premier League manager. The first team that struggles this year will sack someone and get Sean Dyche, and they'll stay up.
Do you reckon?
It's just because he is proven Premier League manager. Their budget is a joke in the Premier League.
Oh no, how the fuck they've stayed up, I don't know.
And it was because of him. Them players, I know this guy come in, Mike Jackson, and he had that little bounce or whatever, but I guarantee Sean Dyche has kind of got the thing Klopp's got. Even if you're on the bench, you'd run through a wall for him.
Yeah.
And not many managers do that.
I kind of like the Leeds manager went down a whole kind of motivational video route, didn't he, as well?
He's trying to get a gig.
I am trying to get a gig.
Jesse March, get in touch.
He's, I'm already putting the feelers out there, by the way, for that.
Oh, yeah?
I'll tell you off air, yeah.
He's ringing Leeds. Hello, can I speak to the manager, please?
Sort of, lad, yeah.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, so I was made up, they went down. Everton, obviously, not on to play for last game of the season. Yeah. 5-1, they finished.
Yeah, they've been out for about 4 days, haven't they?
Yeah. I don't think I think that was the nap of the season, that Arsenal -2 to beat Everton there.
Everton were just like that. Go ahead, boys.
See all the Everton fans celebrating as well.
Yeah.
When City went to score 3.
I don't like that. It's not for me.
You wanted them to stay up, lads?
I do. I like Everton, but I don't like I know it's banter in it, but City, Liverpool and Manchester just don't mix for me. I don't want Manchester United or Manchester City doing a throw-in. Never mind a game.
No. But listen, they done the job, Everton.
Did you make the scenes on the pitch? Would you have done the same for Liverpool Stadium?
It's a different feeling, I think, innit? Of like relief when something could have went really shit, and you're relieved that it didn't, or ecstasy because you're just on top of the world.
Yeah,
they are different emotions, and listen, I can totally understand Everton fans running on the pitch. I can get it. Would I have done the same? I don't know whether I could have been asked, you know.
Yeah.
Like.
What do you mean? I've got no problem with pitch invasions. The problem I've got is if pitch invasions become cool. Like, you know, you do them when you win away somewhere and you just start running on.
Yeah.
It's just saying, because they can go so wrong. Like, things can go, like, you've seen the Patrick Vieira thing. Glad he's not getting no sanctions against him.
Yeah, the FA have said no one's going to press charges.
That fella shit his pants.
Oh, God, I know. Big time shit, though.
But yeah, I'm glad he didn't get that. But it's the same, mate. I think footy culture's just got to be careful a bit on it in terms of that and like what they call flares.
Pyros.
Because I think they look boss. Like, I love the pictures, the smoke that one where Salah's walking away from one, but you're an inch away from something going wrong, aren't you?
Very fucking serious, aren't you, lad?
No, but you are, aren't
Anyone who listens on Patreon, Jordan was telling us how he drives with his hands at the 10-2 position.
I did that, you know. I was driving here. I'd gone to get my haircut this morning. And I'm driving here, and my hands were actually, I went, no! But yeah.
Get over on Patreon now, I've listened to that. Someone's commented going, Jordan Defo stops at red lights on GTA.
I've seen that, yeah. Do you know what, though? I've actually done that. I was shit at that game. The TV license one was the best. Do you know that someone put
that was the other one. Jordan Defo pays his TV
do you know
license.
Do you know what's funny
time.
about that? Someone said Jordan Defo pays his TV license when it comes through the post. And I was in half thinking, does your TV license come through the post? Because if it has, I haven't answered that in years. That's a TFB bank, yeah, and it goes out every month or something. But yeah, funny that. But yeah, I'm not like I say I love them. It's cool and that, but it is quite dangerous, isn't it? To be fair, when there's that many people around, you don't think so?
I think, lad, life's dangerous. You got to weigh up your.
No.
You've got to weigh, lad. You're coming out your door every day, lad. There's dangers.
I agree that, but maybe just agree.
I think you're just being a bit too.
I'm not
overly sensitive.
I'm not sensitive. I think they look
You're
cool.
getting old and boring.
I'm just saying I wouldn't do it.
Says the man who just before we started recording says, when I go to Paris, I'm going to get a private transfer to my hotel because I don't want to take public transport.
I didn't say that, you tit.
Yes, you did.
No, you said, when do you get to Paris? And I told you. And I said, the only thing I've got to sort out now is getting the hotel to pick me up from the airport to take me to the hotel.
So if you see Jordan in Paris, don't come near him with a flare, or if you're on public transport. Nah, come near him with a flare,
just don't ask me to fucking hold it. You can fucking do what you want. Go to bed.
I do agree in the sense that I just don't want the pitch invasion. I just think the attacks on the players, that's just not fucking cool. Did you see the headbutt on that?
Billy Sharp. Yeah, all jokes aside, I think, my point being, obviously, about the flares, it's just that footy culture needs to just be careful it doesn't spill over. Yeah. And then you end up getting the
match bans and stuff.
All that shit, you know what I mean? We don't need that stuff. Footy fans get, rightly a lot of the time, get enough stick, you know, when fighting in places and stuff like that. But genuine, hardcore Liverpool, Everton fans, United fans, whatever, they're going to end up just getting all tarred with the same brush.
What do you think? It starts to become silly season now with transfers and stuff, managers in and out and stuff. Obviously, Ten Hag came in.
Talking about game, wasn't he?
Steve McLaren as well brought him in. He's brought Steve McLaren in as his little sidekick.
Oh my god!
You don't see that, no?
No, the Wally with the brolly.
Yeah. Well, he was already assistant for Fergie for a couple of years.
Do you know what though? I wasn't having his first press conference.
Ten Hag's.
I thought he was trying his absolute best to get clips, like he planned it. You know the Klopp and Pep thing. It was like the year's come to an end.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got to be a realist, but at the same time, he's got to inspire a bit of hope, sure.
I agree, but do you remember when Klopp did it? And I know we're Liverpool fans, but it felt natural, I thought. I think watching that, none of it felt natural to me.
I think, though, as well, to go into it a bit deeper, it's the language barrier. I know we can speak English, but Klopp came across very, very fluent. Yeah. He doesn't seem as fluent. So sometimes, you can get lost in translation a little bit. But I think, what did he say? Look, all eras come to an end. It's basically the same as Klopp saying, we'll win a league within 5 years. I
think he'll be gone by this time next year.
Oh, fuck off, lad. They've only just brought him in. They're not sacking him within a year.
Look at the rest of the fucking managers they've had.
They've at least kept him a couple.
Nah, be gone.
Looks like the Chelsea takeover's done as well.
Yeah,
200 million, they reckon Tuchel's getting to spend. They reckon Tottenham are getting 150 million for this new deal that Daniel Levy's
I think they might be the dark horse next year, Tottenham under Conte.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I think he's made them very, very tough to play against. And if he adds a little bit of quality into there, I think Conte's a good manager, me. I do. I think he's a good manager. But I think he also has that bit about him where he'd be like, if you don't like what I'm doing, I'll go. I don't know. He's not like he's not trying to please everyone. He plays a certain way. It works, but you have to give it time. And I think he could get something out of Tottenham next year.
Transfer wise, starting with the Blues, what do you think of the big ins and outs?
I think Calvert-Lewin's pretty much going to go, isn't he? I know he come out this week saying he'd been struggling with like mental health problems and that this year, hasn't he? But I think they need to generate some money somewhere, and I think he's the one, isn't he?
Where does he go though?
An Arsenal maybe, something like that. I can see them because he's going to have that British premium on, isn't he?
I think Newcastle.
Yeah, maybe something like that. But I think they'll take like Oxlade-Chamberlain from us. I think they'll pick a couple Newcastle of like players that are really established in the Premier League already. And then I think they'll have to generate money to buy it. But as I said the other week, I think if Everton start next season, first game, and they've got a really a young squad and they're playing in a good way, and that I think Everton fans will be obviously result dependent, but they'll be happy with that. I think it might look a little bit the way the Chelsea team looked under Lampard, where it was a couple of years ago, but there was like Mount. And,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It might look a bit like that.
I think this is going to be a really big transfer window for Lampard, because he's got to get it right.
Yeah, he has.
Because, Everton fans don't want another season of just struggling the whole way.
Yeah, he's got to get people out. And it's, as I was saying, there's only Dominic Calvert-Lewin I can see going. Richarlison, I think people will take him. But Then you've got the likes of Michael Keane and stuff. Alan. I don't know who's going to be there waiting to take it.
Controversially, right, would you say this is one of Everton's best seasons for a fan? Because...
No, I reckon now, yeah.
What
you
think
about all the way
it,
through it now.
For most seasons, though, Everton don't really do much. It's not me being disrespectful of taking the piss. They don't really do a lot. They're never really playing for nothing. But this season, all the fans started lining the streets. You know, all the pyros. The dog of war was there. You know, helping them along the way. The mascot. You know, Everton really had something to play for, something to sing about. Yes, it was Premier League survival, but they seem to be like bang up for it every week. When I think back to other seasons, it was like, oh, yeah, we might finish 8th. There's a chance we might get Europa League. Yeah. You know, I think looking at Everton mates I've got, I think they enjoyed this season more than any other.
I think they'd say that now, but I think in the midst of it, they would do playing nothing more than to be 8th. When they were in the midst of it, where they were like looking like we're going down.
You know what? Be interesting. If you said to an Everton fan, next season, for the next 10 years, you're going to finish 8th every year. You've got nothing to play for. You're not going to win a cup. You're going to finish 8th every year.
Yeah.
Or you said 2 of those seasons out of 10, you're going to have a mad relegation scrap where you're going to survive. What do you want to be a part of?
Yeah, I think if you guaranteed them the survival, they take it. But I think when survival didn't look like it was going to happen for a long time, they'd have done anything to finish 8th. But what would you say Frank Lampard's main aim will be next year?
Top 10.
I would fuck the league off and finish 12th and I would do everything to win the Carabao Cup.
Oh, if Lampard wins a cup at Everton, he'll be a god.
Yeah, I've never understood why. I didn't understand why we did it for a long time. But
I can understand why the top 4 do it, don't in the Champions League. Don't go for the cups.
I don't know, cup's a cup in it, but if I was Lampard, I would sit down and say, look, if we finish anywhere between 12th and 7th, I'll be happy with it, but I'm doing everything. And I'd tell the players as well, we are going all out to win the Carabao Cup. So you're playing every round.
It's one of them, though. If you get Man City in the first round, you're fucked, aren't you?
Yeah, but they just roll the dice, isn't it?
No, I know what you mean.
Even if Everton got to a final or a semi, they got the Wembley, all that stuff, I think it'd be amazing for Everton fans. I just don't know why all the managers have been like, well, we can't play our strongest team in the Carabao Cup. I don't know where this has come from. Do you know what I mean? Why you're too good to win a trophy?
I think it's mostly only the top 5, top 6 who think like that, though.
Yeah, but even them, I've never. You're not too good to win any trophy. I'd rather win 1 Carabao Cup a season than 0 and qualify for Champions League.
Yeah, but I think if you win the Carabao Cup, you win £2 million. If you win 1 game in the Champions League, you win £2 million.
Economic, yeah, I can get it. But I mean, from a fan perspective, would you rather finish top 4 or win a cup? Obviously, it's different for Liverpool fans, yeah. I think winning a cup, it's a memory and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a day out. And that's what I'm saying with the whole Everton situation. Yeah, you haven't won nothing. But the days out that they've had, where they're going there, fucking shitting themselves, and then they get to celebrate afterwards, I think that's being more memorable now than other seasons. Yeah,
I wouldn't disagree. I just think it's probably hindsight that puts it that way. Not. I mean, when you were in the midst of it, you'd be like, "Fuck, that was horrible." Please let us be 8th next year with nothing to play for. But yeah, I think now they probably agree with you.
My season hasn't been as stressful as that, but even I am a bit like,
thank fuck it's over.
Yeah, a little bit.
You'd like give you 2 weeks, you'll be.
Oh yeah, not even 2 weeks. Probably give me 1 weekend without football, and I'll be gagging for it to be back.
How are you gonna fill your weekends up now?
Tennis. Not
playing or
not playing, no. Not playing, but I don't know. Horse racing, I think. Horse racing and tennis.
Yeah, good summer fixtures. I was at Haydock last week, actually.
Yeah. You done Haydock, I done York. I think you got Goodwood coming up in June.
Yeah.
Obviously you've got
I've never done
Ascot.
That was the first flat meeting I've ever done.
Goodwood?
No, that on Saturday, Haydock.
Is it?
Yeah. I know I've done Chester, sorry, but it was the first like Haydock or whatever I've ever done with flat. Proper like for years I was against flat racing. I didn't get it.
Oh no, I love it, lad.
But yeah, I'm gonna try and do a few more this year.
Quickly then on anything else in the whole Prem. We're gonna do a sports show, by the way, like a bit of a Premier League review and stuff.
No, I think we've covered obviously everything. The main talking points. Well done to Man City. But yeah, one
thing we haven't touched on actually is the awards.
Klopp and getting the manager of the year.
Klopp got 2, didn't he?
Yeah.
The LMA and the other one.
It's tough that, because he is a better manager than Pep in my opinion. But he didn't win the league, did he?
No, but you've just said there he's won 2 cups.
But the definition of winning that, I think when you start saying, I think the problem with trophies or awards like that is if you start being subjective. For example, the top goal scorer in the league is whoever scores the most goals. The best manager in the league is whoever wins the league. in the league. That by definition, I'm not saying in opinion, because obviously my opinion is that Klopp's better than Pep. But I just think Pep got the most points, which equals he's the best manager in the league this season.
I agree. I would have given the award to Pep if they'd won the league by a bigger amount. The fact that they've only won it by a point, I think, is poor from them. I think the reason Klopp's got it is because he's in 3 finals and he's took that Man City team that's been so well assembled with, by essentially breaking the fair play rules. If you look at the sanctions that potentially these should have had, or whatever's happening with that, just the sheer money that they've spent more than Liverpool, they should be running away with that league. Yeah. And the fact Klopp has got them within a point of them, I know what you mean. Klopp never won the league, so he shouldn't have won that. But I think he's a far better manager. And I think what we're talking about off air, I think if Klopp went to Man City, he'd still win the league. I don't think Liverpool would get as close to City if Pep was in charge.
I understand that, but like the point I made to producer Musk, it's like if Son got close, like if Salah would have won it by a goal, because Son's in a worse team and has essentially overachieved and got closer to Salah, would he have deserved to get the boot because he overachieved? Essentially, Klopp's overachieved compared to them. Son has overachieved compared to Salah.
Yeah, but it's in the title. The top goal scorer is how many goals you score. Manager of the year is just who do you think's been the best manager? That award, and I get what you're saying, but the award for Salah, it's almost like factually.
Yeah.
You've.
I don't think you can have an award if it's subjective.
Of course, as you've just voted on it, don't you? People are voting on opinions and.
Yeah, then it's like an award of an opinion, isn't it? It's not like a. I think if an award should be factual, the best manager won the league.
You wouldn't have Oscars or anything like that, would you?
I just don't believe opinion should come into it because.
So you shouldn't have any award shows.
Yeah, but like you should have a select few where it's factual. But what I'm saying is,
how can it be factual though?
What was the best movie?
I laughed. I give that movie an 8 out of 10 because I laughed.
No, but the best movie. Who was the lead actor in the best movie? Done.
But that's opinion.
What grossed the most?
You're chatting shit. You know you are.
I'm not, lad. But you can't win a manager of the year trophy if you came second.
Of course you can.
Lad, you'd be saying it different.
All right. Hang on a second.
If Pep beat Klopp, you'd be saying it different.
Hang on a second. If Brentford had finished where Liverpool had finished, right, second, right, would you still give it to Pep over?
Yes, because he won the league.
So hang on. So if Brentford came up from the Championship, got within a point of Man City in their first season, you'd still give the Manager of the Year award to Pep?
Because he won the league.
Wow.
That's like saying, if Ivan Toney got 18 and Salah got 19, just give him it, lad. He got close.
It's in the title, lad.
It's the same thing.
Top goal scorer. Who scored the most goals?
Who is the best manager? The manager who won the league.
But it's not saying, though, is it? That's not the title. That's not the title of the award. The best manager goes to whoever wins the title.
You can't win. You cannot be the best manager in the competition if you didn't beat another manager. That manager performed better than you did.
Klopp has beaten though.
He hasn't. He comes second.
He beat them in the FA Cup.
It's not the best FA Cup manager, is it?
Oh my! It's manager of the year.
Yeah.
It's not best Premier League manager.
So who won the league?
But it's not called best manager in the Premier League. It's called the League Managers Association. So it's all the leagues, right? It's all the leagues, and then the other one is voted for, I think, by the journalists and stuff. I think as well.
The one where it's voted for by peers, no problem with it.
So I don't know what I'm saying.
The League Managers Association, which is the league managers about the league, is the man who come at the top of the league.
So once again, just because I think this is the most stupidest thing you've said on this podcast.
It's not stupid. How is it?
If a team comes up to the Prem, right, comes second within a point of Pep Guardiola's Man City, you don't think he deserves better recognition than Pep?
That's like saying if me auntie had wheels, she would be a bike. Do you know what I mean?
It's not.
It is. It's like you're saying, well, if someone come up and theoretically got to close, it's not that. What happened was...
But you're saying, though, you can only win that award if you win the league.
You can, because you're the best manager then,
Okay, what happens then, right? So City win, I think, got 93 points. What happens if next season the league winners get 70 points, right?
Yeah.
And there's 3 other teams on 69, right? It's a bit of a fucking shit season. Like, no one's putting any form together. Pep wins the league on 70 points. Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs all on 69, right? No, Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs all on 69, right? And you get Lampard comes up and finishes 5th or something.
Yeah.
Right? You get a mad story, something like Nottingham Forest manager comes up and they finish 5th.
Okay.
You still giving it to Pep?
Yeah, the manager won the league.
You're so fucking deluded with this.
If we were sitting here now and it was the other way around, you would not have this opinion. It's because it's Klopp.
So it's not.
It is, lad.
So you're saying then this Manager of the Year award, it's a pointless award then, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it is.
I don't believe it is. That's what you're saying.
It is pointless. You're just awarding. Everyone knows the best manager won the league. In that competition, the best manager won the league.
But he didn't, though, did he?
Clearly did. No, regardless of trophies, he did.
The best manager of that season was, you could argue then and go, whoever wins the most trophies. So Klopp's there.
No, you can't, because there's not a who won the most trophies competition.
No, exactly, and there's not a best manager in the Premier League
It's called the
competition.
League Managers Association.
Exactly,
Award.
all the leagues, what managers perform best in all the leagues.
Who comes top of all the leagues?
It's not called who comes top of all the league awards.
So how can you outperform someone who finished higher than you?
By winning more trophies, by having a better net spend, by
oh my God, give me a fucking break, lad. A better net spend.
Well,
you think that comes into it? Net spend.
Of course it does. So if you're a manager, right, and you're working on a shoestring
then it's
budget,
subjective, innit?
but if you're working on fuck all, right, again, I'm going to use a stupid example. If you've just come up from the... Look at Brentford. That's why he was nominated on the shortlist, because he's come up, had no fucking money, and he's got them finishing 10th or something. Right? That's a great manager, achievement.
Great manager performance, yeah, well done.
Yeah.
But you're not the best manager in the league.
Let's leave it there, because we can't agree.
You're not,
You're chatting shit.
I'm not.
You are.
Who come top of the league?
Man City.
Who's the manager of Man City?
Pep
Man
Guardiola.
City, by fact, are the best team in the Premier League.
No one, I'm not disputing that.
So the manager wins the award?
Let's move on, George. Before I fucking punch your head in.
It's fact.
People are listening on this now going, you're a bellend.
Yeah, Liverpool fans, 100%. But one of us has got to be non-emotive towards it.
It's not being emotive.
You are.
I'm saying if Brentford had finished second, right?
If this was the other way around, you would not be sitting here going, look, Pep done 2 trophies, matey.
I'm not saying it.
But you wouldn't
just
do
about it, lads. If we had spent the money Man City had spent, right, and we beat them by a point, yet they're in the league and they beat us in the FA Cup. They won the League Cup.
You'd be sitting here saying
and the
Pep
Champions
should have got
League.
it.
I'd say, well, why not?
No, you wouldn't. You would have gone Klopp on the league. It's a motive, lad. And by the way, I sit here. In my opinion, Jurgen Klopp is a better manager than Pep Guardiola. I would rather play for Klopp. I'd rather Klopp be in charge of my team. Jurgen Klopp for me is a better manager than Pep Guardiola. But the fact remains, Pep Guardiola won the league.
Okay.
So that's where we're at. But just for the record, you have to. Facts don't care about your feelings, lad.
I'm exhausted with this.
It's a quote that's true.
Again, so we're just going to come back to the Oscars debate. You're not allowed to have Oscars in Jordan's world because not everything's factual. Opinions aren't factual.
They're not. Opinions are subjective, like arseholes. Everyone has one. Just depends who's in the room. You can have there's a theory, isn't it, that Pep's job's harder than Klopp's because he's got to manage a load of players who are the top players. So it's all subjective. The only thing you can go off that's got common ground is who won the league.
Okay. I think you're wrong, but okay. Right, next.
Talk about managers. Jose Mourinho just added another European one.
That was the bet of the century, that, by the way. I had a pint with my half fella when that was on.
The game?
And I looked at it. They weren't even favourites, I don't think.
Nah. They were 13-10, weren't they?
Pretty, yeah. I was buying money. I didn't even put a bet on it, but I was there because I don't like betting when I've had a beer. And I was like, that's the bet of the century.
Can't argue with Jose's European record, though.
I totally agree with what you said the other week. I've said, he's kind of old school now. You've got this new era of, Klopp and Guardiola. But he has still got that in him to win trophies. And that's why last night I was thinking that is the banker bet. Yeah. There's no way he's taking a Roma team to a final and getting beat by Feyenoord. Just not written in the stars, that kind of stuff.
I don't know whether, I don't think he's the manager he was at all, but when it comes to winning, mate, can't argue with him. No. He's done it. Been there, done it. First manager to win that Conference League. I know it's not the trophy that people... He's had to go in the competition and win it. I think the likes of teams he's been at, United, all these places, they would bite your hand off to win the Conference League.
Yeah.
He's gone there and won it. And Tammy Abraham, by the way, he's made him into a serious player.
Chris Smalling's there as well.
He was unreal, Chris Smalling.
Yeah. Mad that, innit?
He's done 3 years. He's like a proper god in Roma, They love him. Chris Smalling was always one player that I never thought was as bad as that he was always made out to be.
There's some players, aren't they? Don't know for whatever reason they just get looked upon like, he's a bit shit.
He's getting better with age, Chris Smalling, though. I think he's not. He doesn't. I think a lot of the time he used to rely on his pace a little bit, didn't he? Well, now he has to defend. I think he's well, good on him. He doesn't get a sniff at England, but he's over there winning trophies.
Did you see the Mbappe talk as well? That was a bit mad, wasn't it? £1 million a week.
He was never coming to Liverpool, lad.
No, you know what? I think Liverpool over the last couple of years, thanks to Klopp, have put themselves in a position where they can at least, you know, take him for a fucking meal and talk to him or get his number. But when it comes down to actual signing on the dotted line, there was not a fucking chance in hell.
I could not see Mbappe in a Klopp team, me.
I could.
But he does. I think if Klopp was to sign Mbappe,
he'd just be like Mane.
It goes against. No, he wouldn't, lad. He wouldn't. Have you seen how hard Mane works? Mbappe doesn't do that. Lad.
Yeah, he doesn't because he's probably not asked to.
He's not that type. He's one of them like I'm the man players, and I think if Klopp was, just in my opinion, like if Klopp would have signed him, it would have probably went against everything that he's done to this point in terms of the way he's always bought players who bought into the program basically, and like got on board everyone. It's the whole team, innit? You see,
but if he's good enough Mbappe though, lad, he'd apply himself. I think. The scary thing,
I don't
though,
think he's like the best. I think he's a really talented player, but I don't see him like ever being elite. Do you know what I mean? In terms of his goals in the Prem, or
have you not watched him, lad? No.
Yeah, I've watched him loads. I've never been that impressed by him, lad. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, he's a really good player. But I mean, I don't ever see him being. I would have Haaland over Mbappe every day of the week.
I arguably would as well, but he's still fucking shit out, lad.
I just don't think.
Did you see Mane's comments? Sorry to go back on that as well.
Yeah, buying.
I think he's gone after the Champions League final.
I'm not against that, to be totally honest. I love Sadio Mane, but again, when we were talking about before, about emotions, I think you have to move on, don't you? Things have to keep rolling, and if Salah's now said he's staying, and then Mane's the one that drops out, I think, in my opinion, I think Carragher nailed it with, I think Firmino probably play his contract out as the role he's in now, maybe end of next season. You got Jota there, who's probably got a couple of years, Diaz coming through, Salah staying, whether he goes on a free at the end of next year or whatever. But I think you've got enough, and if you're going to get, what's a rumour, 45 mil for Sadio.
Mane, yeah.
Yeah, I think I love him, to be honest. I think he's the first name on the team sheet on Saturday in the Champions League final.
But if that's his last kick of the game and he goes though. But
I think, you know, you're not probably going to get any money for the other couple at the end of the contract. You have to make up something somewhere, and if that's reinvested again, you know, for example, come here if you went, like Mane's gone to, imagine you threw that money at someone like Son.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not, emotionally it's not good because I love him, but it's probably business sense, it does make sense, I think.
How long have we done there, George? I've kicked the arse out of footy there.
39 minutes. Yeah, but to be honest, the boxing's very low this weekend.
Jump on the boxing and what's going on, anything?
Did you see they've announced Canelo Golovkin 3, haven't they, for September 17th?
Is it me or is that, is there no one else bored with that?
Yeah, it's Golovkin's 40, isn't he?
I'm just not as excited as
no.
I don't know.
I'm not, and I'm as diehard as you can be. Like, I think Canelo wins now just because of age, but I think Golovkin beat him once. Probably you could argue the draw the next time, but yeah, I think Canelo will win this time, and he'll build it like he beat prime Golovkin, but he hasn't. He beat a 40-year-old man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Who wasn't? He's a great fighter, and he'll go down in the history books, but not what he was. You know what I mean? He fought Murata and eventually stopped him, but was getting hit with shots that he'd never ever get hit with. Canelo's going to hit him with them shots back at his, 168 pound. But Eddie's saying it's like the biggest fight in boxing. It's the biggest fight by name only. I don't see it being all that competitive, if I'm totally honest.
So that's September, isn't it?
September 17th, yeah. So obviously it's a bit quiet, and it's a bit quiet now in the UK. Just obviously you got Gervonta Davis this weekend against Romero, which is a good fight, but he'll win. And then it just sort of heats up in June then. And
UFC, nothing on UFC this week, is there?
Nothing on UFC this weekend, no.
McGregor not fucking talking shite again, is he, no?
Nah, he's coming back next year, he said.
Next year?
Apparently, yeah.
What about this year?
No.
Mate, we've spoke about this loads and stuff. I am fascinated to know where his motivation would want to get punched in the face again comes from.
It's not there, lad, is it?
Well, lad, have you seen the life he has on his Instagram?
Yeah, big juice head, isn't he?
He's just on the juice.
He's allegedly on the juice, by the way. He looks
really looks in great nick. Looks like he's got all his family around him. He's buying yachts and houses and this. Why would you want to
get in an octagon
and face some of these killers? I just don't get it.
Kick you right in the shin.
I genuinely don't understand it.
I think it's like all of us. I think he thinks getting back in the octagon, he'd love it, but it's the realisation of when he comes in. It's like, I've done a bit like want to play footy, but then you play and you're like, nah, weren't what I wanted to do. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I think the thought's obviously always better than the reality. And I think that's what will happen to him, I think, if he ever gets in there.
I had this thing, right, and listen, I love my career in the Marines, but someone said to me, right, once, after they left, and maybe he said this because they were a bit bitter, I don't know, but they said, wanting to be a Marine is better than being a Marine. And don't get me wrong, I loved being in the Marines, but I can almost see a little bit where he comes from. I think sometimes wanting something is sometimes better than when actually you get it.
Yeah, because you build it up in your head to be something that's not, don't you?
And I think he'll get to a point where he's building it up, and then they'll say, fight! And then he's like, fuck, I want to be back on my boat.
I think everyone has the time, mate, don't they? And you go through your career and you have your prime, and then you come to the end, and he's clearly at the end. I think there's fights for him, but in my opinion, the fights are like Nate Diaz, Masvidal, fighters like that. If he comes back and fights like
not like the top
Charles
guys.
Oliveira, Kamaru Usman, Leon Edwards,
hungry guys who are coming through at the top.
Kamaru Usman's got loads of money, Charles Oliveira's got loads of money, but they haven't got a quid compared to McGregor.
No, that's what I mean. It's not about him having dough. He's got fucking...
It's the lifestyle, isn't it?
Mega dough.
Yeah. And how do you go back into the gym, get off your yacht, and, you know, you can do it with the best intentions, but then you go down the gym and you're like, right, what's on today? And the coach is like, right, we're doing a circuit. I'm fucking doing a circuit. I'll do what I want. You know what I mean? I
think it's the times, for example, let's say, he's training with a bunch of fellas, and they go, right, going on a run at 6 in the morning. And he's like, fucking, I can't get there till 9.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we're all going at 6. Does he go, yeah, lads, I'll just fucking pay you to fucking go at 9?
Exactly.
It just
I reckon
becomes fucked up, doesn't it?
I think the dynamic changes between Conor Wood running at 6 to Coach Wood running at 9. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I reckon his coach probably wants him to fight again. That little 10% being nice. But yeah, it's quiet in the old combat sport at the minute, but it'll be back next week. Also got Formula 1's going to Monaco, isn't it?
Yeah, well there you go. Fucking Conor will probably be there in his boat in Monaco.
Probably will.
Fucking boss Monaco, by the way.
Hamilton got a bit quicker, or Mercedes got a bit quicker, didn't he? In Spain, was it?
Last week, yeah.
Got a bit quicker.
Well, Charles Leclerc as well. He's
well done, that.
I got it right for the first time. He's back in. That's where he's from, in Monaco.
Yeah. Cool bastard.
There this weekend.
He's a cool man, Charles Leclerc.
Riding for Ferrari, and he's fucking from Monaco.
He's living some life, the boy, isn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be good. I think it's actually not that good of a watch, Monaco, that it is the actual spectacle, because there's not much you can really...
I think there's just so many...
Yeah, there's not much manoeuvring space.
Angles getting cut as well, because you just like...
Yeah. But then obviously, as you get into they go to Azerbaijan after this, don't they? So it's going to be interesting, hopefully, that... George Russell's actually performing well, though, in the other car to Lewis Hamilton. I think he got another podium last week. I don't think they've had issues, but he's having a good season, first off.
Well, Hamilton is 6th now.
Yeah, in the Drivers' Championship. Just ahead of Lando. Obviously, Max took over, didn't he? There's only 6 points in that, nothing. It's between them two, isn't it?
You'd say Red Bull as well, obviously picking up the 1st and 3rd at the minute. The championship.
Yeah. Do you know what, though?
How many? It's 25, isn't it? Races?
Yeah, I think so. Let me have a look. Yeah. That, by the way, that job. So Sergio Perez, I know he'd never admit this, but being number 2 at Red Bull, where you like basically just have to drive and just make sure everything goes right for Max, that's a sick job. That you got all the
underappreciated job, though. Isn't it?
All the glory, no pressure whatsoever.
But that is pressure, though, lads. You know, because it's so underappreciated, no one gives a fuck about him, do they? Do you know what I mean? Funny
lad, there's engineers who's got about 6 half fellas. Actually, have you seen the kids film Cars? I bet you Max gets off in a big blacked out bus. Just get on the back there, Sergio, lad. Help us out.
I won't even be able to watch it this weekend. I'll be on my way back from Paris. Yeah. Hopefully watching Liverpool parade the 7th European Cup.
What time do you get back in the UK? What time does the parade start?
4 o'clock Sunday. I'm hoping to be back in Liverpool for about 1. So
you leaving straight from the game?
Yeah.
Are you parking at the ground?
I don't know, yeah. But my plan is to watch us win the European Cup and then jump straight back on this bus, have a bevy for an hour or 2, sing a few Beatles songs, and then sleep.
I'm flying.
Private or?
No. Saturday morning out there, Sunday morning back.
Nice. Make sure as well, if you happen to see me and Jordan in the fan park, come and say hello. We'll be there in the fan park. I
need a hat. I might have to go into town after this.
Yeah.
I want little hats. Well, I have, but want a new one.
Yeah, so come say hello if you see us.
Yeah, definitely.
Finishing up there, George, on tennis, of all things.
Your favourite thing?
I do love tennis, you know.
Glad you do love tennis.
I think it's a great sport. So Novak and Nadal
sport.
both into the third round, both won their straight sets. I think that'll be I don't know what the draw's like, I've not seen it, but I think that potentially would be them two in the final. I can't really see past that. I think Novak will be kind of, simmering away, ready for Wimbledon.
Yeah.
So I fancy Novak I don't know what price you get for him to win the French Open now, but I think he'd be a good bet. Raducanu got knocked out in the second round.
Much to your pleasure.
You know what? It's not, again. But I can't, you know what? I read a good article on her. I can't help thinking she's a one-hit wonder. However, a year ago, she just finished her A-levels and became and won the US Open. And I just think she's a victim of her own success there.
Yeah, she is.
Do you know what I mean? Because if you view her without that number one, you'd think she's doing all right, she's doing well. Nicely, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But she's just got that pressure of now British number one. Yeah. She won the US Open.
It's a lot to deal with.
And she's just getting smashed every time. I don't think she's been past the third round since in any tournament.
It's a lot to it's a lot of pressure that. But since you said being injury free was her biggest win, wasn't it? So yeah, maybe she's just hopefully, as we said a couple of weeks ago, she's just taking small steps towards developing a game. She doesn't have to go and win the US Open again anytime soon. She's got all the time on her side. Just develop your game. But as you say, once you reach the pinnacle, there's nowhere else to go, is there? No. The only way is down.
But I think though there was obviously, I think it was Serena who won, or Venus, one of them won the US Open really early on in their career. And you've seen the success they had. I think you may be then looking at Emma to do the same. And unfortunately hasn't really kicked on for her. Yeah. There's
a couple of little tiny bits from the world of sport.
Last thing on Wimbledon. On tennis, Wimbledon. Murray's had to come out and almost defend Wimbledon. I don't know if you've seen
the
this.
Exhibition thing.
So what's happened is, because Wimbledon have banned Russian athletes, and the World Tennis Federation have then said, well, if you're going to ban Russian athletes, it's not a fair tournament. So we're going to take away any of the points that you get. Yeah. So you play in all these tournaments, you get points, and that goes your rankings. So now they've said, well, if you play at Wimbledon and you win it, you might get 100 points. You're not going to get any this time.
Yeah. I've seen them say it's never going to be an exhibition.
Yeah, so some players have said no one will bother even going to Wimbledon. It's just like an exhibition now. And then Murray's had to come out and said, it's not an exhibition, it's always fucking,
It is, essentially, though. If they take the points away, what's the point?
Because, again, politics, they're getting involved, saying, oh, well, if you're not letting these athletes in, which I think they should. Yeah. But the World Tennis Federation have said, well, you're not going to get points for it.
We might get in this year, lad.
Me and you.
watch Andy and his fucking kid brother just have a little
Oh, it'd be brilliant.
It'd be me and you in the stands.
You can't play. You're not getting any points for it, lad. Why not?
Well, yeah, it's sport. Taking on that Colin Kaepernick's going to be back, isn't he?
I can't believe how long it's been since he's played.
Bad, isn't it?
You know what, though? And I don't want to sound really pessimistic here, but he obviously took the knee for real reasons at first, racism and stuff. But I think money got in the way, I think, there as well.
Yeah.
Didn't he get offered some silly money from Nike or something to do you know what I mean?
Was it I just read it's 2017, wasn't it?
5 years then he's not played.
So October 2017 he filed grievance against the NFL because he believed teams were conspiring not to hire him. I mean, when you talk about I completely agree with you, the money stuff, but his first game back will just be the most cameras you've ever seen in your life.
Oh yeah. So I'm sure Nike gave him a shit ton of money.
Yeah. But he become a face of it, didn't he? But again, it's what you've sacrificed. I mean, he's had a lot of stick as well. He's had a lot of people turn against him and stuff like that. So be
interesting to see him come back.
100%. How long have we done? 51 minutes. I love the SPORTCAST.
Yeah, no, me too. Favourite part of the week, talking sport with you, kid. Well, hopefully see many of you in Paris. If you are a blue listening to this, don't think I've been better today.
No, you haven't. You've been good today.
No.
I have to put the neutral head on just to keep it in check. But you know what? You don't apologise for your heavy love for Liverpool.
I'm not. I do love Liverpool, but why should I apologise for it?
I said don't apologise.
Oh, I'm not. No.
You should continue to wear your heart on your sleeve. I'll just be the tonic.
Okay.
Gin and tonic.
Nice. Well, if you do see us, come and say hello. Come and have a beer with us, and make sure you give Jordan shit for thinking his views on the managerial awards. That's done my head in as well.
By the way, Klopp's a better manager than Pep, which you said.
Okay.
Just saying, by the letter of the law.
Shut the fuck up. Let's hope Liverpool win the European Cup.
Oh, for God, please, yeah.
Otherwise,
I'll get filled in on the way.
That's going to be a long 12-hour bus journey for me, lad, if we do not
You'll be
win
getting
that.
heckled by the inhaler crew if we lose.
Oh my God.
It was because of you. You ousted us.
You know, did you see Paddy Power's tweet?
Yeah, they're watching us.
Paddy
Just
Power,
give us,
watching you.
bit of credit will do.
I'm glad that it's took the heat off me, mate, taking the piss. Now everyone's taking the piss.
I'm going to wear shades everywhere now.
I just think it's brilliant how that was taken as a serious thing. Anyway, never mind.
That
That is the internet. That's why we love it. Right, have a boss weekend, and we'll see you next week.
See you later.